This is a video tutorial for the Westlyn woven beanie, and I am going to show you how to join the ends of the brim and then also how to complete rounds 1 and 2. So I am using Patton's Alpaca Blend in the color Birch, and I just finished making my brim. I'm making a woman's medium, so I have 65 rows here, and I'm going to remove my hook from my work, just set it aside, and I'm going to flip this whole thing over so that the last row that I just completed is on the left and the foundation row is on the right. And I am right-handed, so if you're left-handed, this last row that you just finished will be on the right and the foundation row will be on the left. So we're gonna fold this in half just like this, so your ends line up, and the foundation row should be on top of this last row that you just finished. And I am going to insert my hook into the first foundation chain and then back into my work on the other edge, and I'm going to make a slip stitch. Now we're just going to slip stitch these two ends together to join the ends of the brim. So we are going to put our hook into the next foundation chain loop on this one edge and then into the back loop of the next stitch on the other edge, and then you make a slip stitch, and you will do that all the way down. So into the next foundation chain loop, and then into the next back loop. And the back loop is this loop right here. This is the front loop, this is the back loop. Okay, so go into the next back loop and make a slip stitch. There we go. Okay, into the next foundation chain loop, into the next back loop, make a slip stitch. And you are just going to do this all the way down the row to join these two ends together. So into the next foundation chain loop, into the next back loop, make a slip stitch, into the next foundation chain loop, into the next back loop, make a slip stitch. So I'm going to keep going. And I will show you how to complete round 1. Just about there. All right, so now we are ready for round 1. So it should look like this, and there is a visible seam on this side, but at the end of the pattern you're going to have the brim flipped up and you really can't see any seam. So the brim will be like this when we're done. So I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we are ready for round 1, and we're going to switch to an I 5.5 millimeter hook. And what we're going to do in this round, we are going to place 2 half double crochet at the very end here in between 2 rows. So here's your, you can see from like one ridge to another ridge is 2 rows. So you'll place 2 half double crochet at the very end in between 2 rows, and you're going to do that all the way around. You know, when we ended with 65 rows when we made the brim, but we're going to end with 66 stitches in the round. So you're going to add on this last row at the very end, you will add 2 half double crochet, and that will give you 66 stitches. Okay, so we'll begin with the chain 1. And the chain 1 never counts as a stitch in this pattern. So at the end of the round, you just skip right over the chain 1 and you slip stitch in the top of the first stitch. So we're going to do 2 half double crochet in between these first 2 rows. And I'm going to place it right here. There's 1, 2, and then we're going to place 2 half double crochet in between the next 2 rows right here. We're going to do this all the way around. Okay, 2 half double crochet in between the next 2 rows. So I'm going to just keep going, and then I will show you how to make round 2. Getting close to the end here. Okay, so I have 1 row left here, so I'm going to do 2 half double crochet at the end of that row. And then I'm going to slip stitch in the top of the first half double crochet that I made, which is this stitch right here. So if you have trouble like finding your first stitch, you can always place a stitch marker in that first stitch. Make it a little easier. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, and we are ready for round 2. So in this round, all we're doing is we're doing a half double crochet in the first stitch, and then a front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, half double crochet in the next stitch, front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and you're just going to repeat that all around. So we begin with a chain 1 again, half double crochet in the first stitch, which is just the stitch at the base of your hook, or at the base of the chain 1 right there. And then front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we'll do a front post double crochet in this stitch and then one in this stitch. Okay, and to make a front post double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook from front to back to front around the post of that stitch, yarn over, pull through your work, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, we're going to do a front post double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so it should look like this so far. We're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and you'll just repeat that all the way around. So half double crochet in the next stitch, front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, so half double crochet in the next stitch, front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Half double crochet in the next stitch, which is this stitch right here. Front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, half double crochet in the next stitch. Front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, so it should look like this so far. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Half double crochet in the next stitch, front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. last 3 stitches, so half double crochet in the next stitch, and the front post double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And we're going to slip stitch in the top of our first stitch, which is this front post double crochet. Okay, so that is round 2, and it should look like this. You can see the half double crochet, 2 front post double crochets, half double crochet, 2 front post double crochets.